Hey guys, what's up? So today I got a really special guitar from a brand that I have been very interested in for a long time, and we're gonna check it out, you and me, mano y mano. Let's go. Alright guys, so I think in the intro there you saw this case sticking up from the bottom, and what I got today is a guitar straight from the people at Balaguer, and I'm really excited about this because it's one of those companies that I've seen all over the place. A lot of the content creators that I'm, acquainted with, that I talk to on the regular, they know the pedigree behind what Balaguer does and kind of what the quality, kind of assurances that you get when you buy or receive any kind of Balaguer guitar. Now, what Balaguer does for the most part is they are a custom shop brand. You can go onto their website, and I'll link it below. You can go and build your own custom style guitar to your heart's content. Put down your deposit, they'll build it for you, and then when it's ready, you can pay the balance. There's a whole system that they have worked out. But every year, they do a limited run of Indonesian-made kind of production model guitars, and when those come out in a very affordable price point, very on par with other guitars in the same kind of quality range of instrument. If I had to say who they compete with when they do these runs, I would say it's the top end of LTD, the 1000 series, or it's kind of the more spec'd out Schecter guitars that we see from the big box, stores. Now, when I reached out to Balaguer, I was doing so at the behest of other creators who kind of clued me into, the quality of this instrument. Guys like John Simons, Kai Down, Kyle Bull, Pip Priss, like all these guys who have either worked with Balaguer in the past or have, showcased their guitars on their channels. And I was like, okay, cool, because I'm partnered with zZounds, and I do feature a lot of kind of big box brands on this channel, but I'm kind of looking for something that's a little bit more kind of, I don't want to say homegrown, but something that has the feel of a little bit of craft behind it. Now, when I reached out to Balaguer, what they had, in stock were a limited 2004 run of their Espada that came in two different colors, a sky blue and like a charcoal metallic. And what they had left over were these B-stock, guitars. Fast forward to today, I got this a couple weeks ago. I was able to kind of open it up, give it the once over, and, I have it back in its case just because it's a really nice case. I didn't even know it was going to come with a case. When they said they were sending it to me, I didn't realize that it came with this really nice gig bag, which it's not your typical run-of-the-mill, just soft, whatever gig bag. It's actually like a structural gig bag with, some actual support in and around. I like the color. I like the quality. It's just, it's all there. So let me open this up, show you the guitar, and then we'll get playing. Another thing that's really nice about this case is it comes with internal padding. It has a pad down at the bottom for the the tail, and then it also has a like neck rest with like a strap here to kind of secure your guitar. Like I said, this isn't a video about the case, but the case is just really nice. So anyway, here's the Espada. Now, when I was talking to Jake over at Balaguer about this guitar, he asked, what color would you prefer, the sky blue or the charcoal metallic? And at first I was like, oh, definitely the charcoal metallic, because, kind of badass looking, sparkly metallic thing. But then I got to thinking, like, I don't really own a blue guitar. I don't own, all my guitars are like black or some shade of green. I don't really have a blue guitar. So I went, you know what? Give me the sky blue. Now, as of me filming this video, they still have these available on their website, and I'll link directly to this one down below. And this is the limited 2004 run of Balaguer Espadas. They only have the B-stock version, so basically what you're going to get is like maybe some minor finish defects, maybe a little bit of something around, the binding. I don't know. This one just has like some small blushing spots, like in really inconspicuous spots that you wouldn't even notice even if you came up really close to the guitar. So beyond that, B-stock, this isn't very, barely a B-stock. So they have them. They have 3 of these currently right now, and then they have one in the charcoal metallic. It tells you that the charcoal metallic is kind of a popular thing. I really like this blue, sky blue color. And let's just talk about the aesthetics of this guitar in general. Like this kind of offset, Fender Jaguar meets Les Paul kind of style guitar. It is a bolt-on roasted maple neck. It is, 2-piece maple neck because of the scarf joint, but also has a volute. Pretty strong, pretty nice in the hand. A satin finish on the neck overall. Has these cool black block inlays on top of the maple fretboard with a black binding. We have what is a Graphtec nut. We have a hip shot bridge. We have everything in the makings of a guitar that competes in that, that $1,000 or more price point. And, for B-stock stuff, these things don't go for, roughly about like 12 something, 1200 something. Locking tuners. Again, the features are there. Now, another thing about the Espada import line is just like their USA custom guitars, unless you decide that you need some, third-party pickups, these do come with their USA-made Balaguer pickups, and this one happens to have the Hypernovas, which is their kind of high-output, more aggressive, meant for high-gain kind of styles. I'm kind of liking that they come with these pickups because I've always been interested in the Balaguer pickups too. From what I understand and from what I hear, these pickups, they kind of compete on the same level of like what the Schecter USA pickups do, and even like the Seymour Duncan stuff. So I think testing out this guitar, it's just as much about their pickups as it is their guitar. So other things about this guitar to note before I plug in, we do have a 25.5-inch scale here. It is only a 22 fret guitar. Some people might kind of be like, ooh, about that. I don't really mind it. I kind of like the 22 fret look. For a guy like me who does a lot of riffing, it works. But I just think it's a hyper clean look. Like everything about this has this retro, modern retro, kind of like a smash up between retro, almost mid-century modern meets real modern. So without further ado, let's just, wrap up. Cool guitar, cool looks, cool specs. Oh, stainless steel frets. Forgot about that. There you go, too. I'm going to plug into the EVH here, and then we'll get going. All right, so I got it plugged into my EVH here. I'm on the cleans channel. We'll just get the cleans out of the way because these pickups actually sound pretty good clean, but I think they sound better dirty. So here's a clean channel just on the bridge pickup. To the neck pickup. I really like that the neck and the bridge sound very different from each other, even though they're part of the same pickup set. I kind of get weirded out when like the pickups just sound kind of the same, but maybe there's a little bit more bass in the neck. No, these two pickups have 2 different resistances, and they have 2 different kind of overall sounds. The neck pickup is way warmer, the bridge pickup way mid-forward. So here's bridge. Very hot rod PAF style. I guarantee if I turn the gain up on this, they'll dirty up pretty quickly. And I like that the neck pickup is just very round. Has a little bit of spank on top if I split the coil. Keeps that scooped sound, and it just has a little bit of that softer kind of mid-range that kind of gives way to like a nice boomy low end and a very just like kind of spanky top end. If I go to the middle with the split parallel, spanky. And then the bridge. With the bridge, you can just kind of get that twang. Yeah, you know, something like that. But then full on, just very nice forward, good sound. Let me roll over to the Blue Channel on this and give you kind of what the nitty gritty sounds like on the bridge here. Not even playing real scales there. So with the neck pickup, it's kind of got a bright attack. It's not as soft as some neck pickups. I think because it's kind of a lower output neck pickup, or maybe it's not. I mean, it kind of sounds like it is. It kind of sounds more PAF-like, because it does have that kind of real scoop and chirp. Not bad, but I'm not really a solo player. I'm not really like a lead guy, so the bridge is where it's at for me, and it, to me, it just sounds really, really good and tight. And that's without a boost pedal on. If I turn on something like the Direwolf from Highwind Devices, yeah, the Highwind amplification Direwolf is like one of my favorite tube screamer based overdrive pedals, but it has a bunch of circuitry kind of modifications, and it just sounds great. Really badass. I'm going to drop tune down to D real quick just to give a little bit more of that chunky chunk. Alright, in drop D. I could actually play this guitar all day. Like, it's just so fun to play. One thing I also want to talk about is this neck profile. Now, online you'll see it says it's kind of a classic C shape. They normally have what they call a comfy C shape. It's really hard to say, comfy C shape. And I don't know what that really feels like. All I know is that this classic C shape definitely has more of like a V-style profile to it. Like, there's a definite ridge in the middle here, and it actually makes the neck more comfortable in my opinion. It gives more of an ergonomic feel to like the thumb and the palm. Like, I was expecting, because it's not the comfy C shape, that it was going to be more baseball bat like. It is a thicker neck, but with that profile here, it feels very comfortable in the hand. Now, if I roll over to something like the Red Channel, just go balls to the wall. Not quite as tight, but a little bit more wall of sound like. Here's what I got. When I say not as tight, I mean just as tight, just a bit more kind of full sounding, because the Red Channel on the EVH Stealth is insane. It's basically like having the boosted Blue Channel with a little bit more low end. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, okay, I mean, if I just stay here and keep jamming out, this is going to be like a 2-hour video. All I gotta say is the Balaguer Espada, this limited run 2004 thing that they sent me, is killer. There is no notes. I mean, really, there's just no notes. Even with the B-stock guitar, no notes. Just, yeah, if you have the opportunity to grab one of the runs that Balaguer does, do it. Or if you're looking for a custom shop level guitar that you can get built for not the custom shop level of pricing that you see typically, Balaguer's there, and I'm linking everything down below, and you're going to see this guitar on the channel a lot going forward. So I'll see you guys later. Let me know in the comments what you think below about this guitar, what you think about Balaguer, or if maybe in the future I do my own custom guitar through Balaguer, you know, fingers crossed. What do you think I should go for? What would you like to see in terms of a custom-made Balaguer guitar? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys later.